for a moment. I was once told, if you want to have more than you've got in life, give away everything you've got. Man, that's kind of a strange notion, isn't it? Well, immediately what you realize if you were to do that, and I'm not suggesting you do, if you were to give away everything you've got, suddenly you really appreciate what you have left, don't you? You appreciate the little things, and suddenly there's a gratitude that comes that might not have been there otherwise. And generosity, friends, is a state of mind, it's a state of heart, and it's a perspective. Generosity starts here, and it moves here, and it changes the way we see the world. We think we give away something because it suits a tax purpose, that we're being generous. No, you're not. You're being frugal. You're taking care of your finances in a way that is in your best interest. That's not generosity. Throwing somebody a buck because they're in need isn't generosity. It's something that you can afford. Generosity is a little bit on the ridiculous side. It's giving more than what you can maybe afford. God doesn't ask us to be generous in asking us to tithe. God asks only 10%. Where God starts talking generosity is gifts and offerings. The tithe, God says, is where you bring into the storehouse, you bring into your local church. You do your part to the work of God's kingdom by bringing your first fruits, your 10% to the church. Anything beyond that's called charity. That's a gift or an offering. That can go anywhere you want it to go. I know that tithing is never a popular topic in church, certainly not in this one, but you know what? It's in the Bible, and God wants you to know it. And because God wants you to know it, I need you to know it. There, once again, you've been told. What you do with it, that's up to you. The fact of the matter is, it's a biblical truth. And it's the gateway to blessing that God wants to give to you. And I don't necessarily mean that God works like a slot machine, that if you put $10 in a tithe, you're going to get $1,000 back. That's not it. Blessing isn't always just money. Probably the single greatest blessing that God could bestow on